Let's jump right into that. So let's get into just to refresh everybody's memory and on everything. So let's jump right into it.
You know Ding Dong Ditch. I think all of us have played it at least once in our lives when we were kids, but it's a game that can quickly turn deadly. We just found out a Houston family is now grieving after their son was shot while running from house to house, ringing doorbells with his friends over the weekend. It's the latest instance of a scary trend across the country of this once innocent prank turning into a life-threatening gamble. News Nation's Xavier Walton is in Texas with the details. I mean, Xavier, it takes you back to your own childhood. I think all of us, again, have played this game. How did something like this happen?
Marky, good morning. I think that's exactly what, detectives are trying to figure out. How did a simple game, a prank, if you will, turn deadly? Now, this is obviously still an active and ongoing investigation as, investigators try and piece together what exactly happened and potentially what charges could be filed. Police say the 11-year-old and some friends were ringing doorbells in a Houston neighborhood, then running away. But police say at one of the homes, someone ran out and shot a child in the back
Mm.
as they were running away. That boy later taken to an area hospital where he died. Officers questioned one person at the scene and eventually, let them go, released him during a search of the home involved. Police found several firearms, including rifles. Marky, at this point, no charges have been filed. However, investigators say circumstances here at this point don't necessarily point to self-defense.
Yeah, you just never think that a simple prank like this, kids having innocent fun, is going to escalate into violence and death. But these kinds of shootings are, this is not the only one that has happened, right? Is this becoming a trend, a deadly trend across the country?
Yeah, same old, prank, if you will, but with a new twist. And it's all predicated off of this ding dong ditch prank that, everybody used to do back in the day. But yes, gaining steam on social media, becoming more popular. On TikTok, the door kick challenge, essentially what the ding dong ditch challenge used to be. But instead of ringing a doorbell, kids record themselves trying to kick in the door, post the videos on TikTok. In July, a 58-year-old homeowner was charged with aggravated assault when he allegedly fired multiple rounds at a vehicle fleeing his home. This was in Frisco, Texas, after police say someone banged on the front door. Then back in May, a Virginia man was charged with second-degree murder after he allegedly shot and killed a teenager who had filmed a TikTok video playing the doorbell game at 3 a.m. And then in 2023, this one was really bad. A California man was sentenced to life in prison for ramming his car into a group of 6 teens who rang his doorbell and ran, killing 3 of them. Police departments, nationwide have been telling parents to warn their kids about these pranks because some of them may be innocent enough, but turning deadly, like this case now out of Texas, Marky.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our news.
Absolutely crazy, yo. Absolutely crazy. Now, like we said, this was not so. First thing, I have done ding dong ditch before. Never at night. I don't understand why he was 11-year-old, because he was 11-year-old doing the ding dong ditch challenge at 11 p.m. My mom wouldn't have let me out that late. So the street lights come on, I'm in the house. So I wouldn't have been out there that late. But I've definitely done the ding dong ditch prank before when I was younger. The door kick challenge is something crazy. I've never even thought about that, where they're kicking the door so hard that some of them are flying open. If that happened to my house, I would have my gun. I mean, I'm honest about it. I'm thinking someone's kicking in my door, so I would have had my gun. So, but this all looks like, the main thing, as you can tell, is what they said is that the 11-year-old rang the doorbell and then ran away, and then the homeowner, or I believe the homeowner, came outside, chased him, and shot him in the back. So, like I said before, I don't think there's no reason you can't say self-defense. I don't know the reason why he ran out and chased him down and shot him in the back, but you can't say self-defense. So let's get over into this next video where he was actually charged and see what all that's talking about.
Welcome back in Alive Now. I'm Austin Westfall. A live look at Houston on this Tuesday evening, 9:15 in H-Town. Our next story takes us there. That's where an 11-year-old boy was fatally shot over the weekend after a so-called ding-dong ditch prank. Police now saying that a suspect has been charged with murder, and we're also learning the identity of that suspect and the victim. With more on that story, we bring in Fox 26 Houston's Abigail Dye, who has some exclusive details tonight. Abigail, what more can you tell us?
Well, Austin, the 11-year-old victim in this, his name is Julian Guzman, and investigators say that he and his 11-year-old cousin, they were playing ding dong ditch. They were going around the neighborhood, ringing doorbells, knocking on doors, and then running away. One house they hit several times, and investigators say when they came back that final time, Gonzalo Leon Jr. was waiting next to his home outside in the dark, gun in hand. Investigators say that he opened fire and he hit the victim in the back as that boy was running away.
Yeah, so let's, I'm not going to pause it too much, but first thing. I never went and hit a house multiple times, especially late at night. Like I said, I wasn't doing that late at night whenever I ding dong ditch when I was real young. But some parents, please teach your kids better. Nowadays, pranks aren't what they used to be. So I say just stop doing the pranks. I mean, yes, some of them are innocent, but you never know what it can end up in costing your life. Some people aren't playing around these days. And for the man who did this, you're going to jail. There's nothing else to say about it. You shot a little boy in the back because he was kept ringing your doorbell. So let's keep going into this.
Boy died the next day at the hospital, and now the Harris County District Attorney has charged the suspect in the case, saying that they intend to upgrade this charge to a capital murder charge because of the victim's age.
This was someone brutally murdering an 11-year-old simply because they were mad. We have a little boy who didn't even have a chance to get his life going yet, and just struck down for nothing.
It was Saturday night when the victim, identified as 11-year-old Julian Guzman, and his 11-year-old cousin went to play ding dong ditch in their East Houston neighborhood. The last house they knocked on sits on the corner of Fidelity and Membro.
Tragically, they picked a house to do it potentially 3 different times in the span of about 15 or 20 minutes. And the third time, the homeowner was laying in wait for him to come back. And when they did, as they were running away, he stepped out, fired once into the ground, as the evidence is showing so far, and then drew down on these 2 little boys and shot one of them in the back, killing him.
It seems
absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, would I be mad? Yes, I would be mad. I would. I'd be fed up. I'd call the police for sure. I'd call the police if they kept doing it. Would I go out and shoot them? Wait for them and shoot them and mow them down? Nah, never even in my wildest dreams.
it's like the suspect shot the 11-year-old in the back and then just went back in his house.
That's exactly what it appears to be. He just shot him down in a street and then just went back about his business.
Meanwhile, records say that Guzman and his cousin ran for about a block before Guzman collapsed, and his cousin tried to drag him to safety. Guzman died the next day at the hospital. Leon was detained and questioned twice over the weekend before he was finally arrested. There were multiple firearms found in the house. Do we have any idea the legality of those?
That's part of the investigation as we're doing it right now. We recovered more than 20 firearms from inside that
as long as
home.
they're legal.
We had a number of rifles that were seized, a number of long guns, and at least 3 handguns is my understanding. And what you can never do is discharge your firearm out of anger, ever. When things like that happen, tragedies like this occur.
And I understand this guy was a father himself.
That's what we found, is that he had a young child in the home at that point and still decided to draw down and murder an 11-year-old.
And Austin, there has been speculation online that these kids could have possibly been doing some kind of a social media challenge and doing more egregious things to neighboring doors than just knocking and running away. We have reported on social media challenges of the such before, but Sean Tier, the district attorney, he says that wasn't the case here. He says this was just your typical ding-dong ditch that's been around since the 80s. And there has been no bond set in the case at this point, but there is a bond hearing for Leon tomorrow, and the state says they expect to request a $1 million bond in this case. Austin.
Abigail, have you or any of your colleagues had the chance to speak with anybody in that neighborhood? Any neighbors by chance, or the family themselves?
We have spoken with neighbors. A lot have been very apprehensive of going on camera and sharing their thoughts, but there is a general sentiment of this being tragic and senseless. And as for the family, they have requested privacy at this point. We've reached out on different occasions in different ways, and they did post a GoFundMe just speaking about Guzman a little bit, saying that he was your typical 11-year-old boy. He was smiling, happy, and he had his whole life ahead of him that was taken away in an instant.
Fox 26 Houston's
absolutely crazy. So let's get over into, we got to look at the bond. So we got to get a look at the bond. So let's get over into that and see. So as you can see, let me see, zoom. You already know we got to zoom in so everybody can see it. Let's see it. Get that out the way. A $1 million bond was set for the man accused of shooting the child over a ding dong ditch prank. 11-year-old. So he was in court Wednesday for murdering the 11-year-old on Saturday night at Fidelity in Rankin. If I'm saying that wrong, forgive me. Court documents show that Guzman, his cousin, and some other friends were at a relative attending a birthday party, got bored, and decided to go play a game of Ding Dong Ditch. First thing first, I don't care how bored you are. At 11-year-old, my mom would have never let me outside. I don't know how old the cousins were, but at 11, no, you're not going outside. I don't even care if you're with your cousin. Now, let's see. They rang several homes. Witnesses say that Guzman had run to Leon's home, ringing the doorbell several times and began to run away. He opened fire. He was charged on Monday and arrested early Tuesday. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, the judge ultimately gave the state what they wanted, which was a $1 million bond. So we know he got to pay 10% of that if he wants to get out and be out before his court appearance. Should he have gotten bond? A bond, I don't know if he can make that bond but he fired his gun out of anger just because. Yes. Would I be angry? Yes. Would I fire my gun? No. If someone kept ringing my doorbell, yes, I'll be angry and I'm gonna call the police. I'm not gonna go out and start shooting people. I would be fine if they didn't give him a bell, honestly. But absolutely crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy. Like I always said, tell me your thoughts on that. Tell me what you're thinking. Do you think that he should have gotten a bond? Like I said, I would have been fine if he wouldn't have got one. But how much time do you think he's gonna get? They're gonna charge him with murder, so they're gonna give him 25 to life. Sounds like to me. All because you got angry because the little kids ring your doorbell a lot. And they said it was just a regular ding dong ditch prank. It wasn't the door kick challenge. Because the door kick challenge to me is absolutely crazy. Because I could reasonably see myself if somebody was doing the door kick challenge where they kicked my door so hard it fling open, me pulling out a gun. Now, would I shoot before seeing the suspect? No, I wouldn't shoot before seeing the suspect or seeing if they're running away. But I definitely would have had my gun drawn. I mean, what reasonable person would? Now, if you think I'm wrong, tell me. But it's a crazy world out here. We need to teach our kids that pranking it's not like it used to. And don't be pranking people late at night. Out at 11 o'clock, don't go back multiple times. What are you doing? But essentially, just might be time to just end the pranks. Stay in the house, play some games. Don't go out and start pranking your neighbors. You never know what can happen. But all right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.